We're after an all-time record, and by the way, we are on the record. Anyway, apologies for absence.
Apologies, Chairman, from Mike Bethel, Edwin Badman, Steve George, Ricky Esgar, Laura Sampson and Alex Whittingham. And also David Huxtable coming tonight.
Okay, reports from, nothing from David. What have you got, Polly?
Well, I wasn't here obviously at the last one because, things happening to my head, so I didn't come. I've had lots of different meetings. I'm still going to these housing meetings down at Sedgemoor, which are proving quite interesting. They just want, more councillors to know what's happening really. So, but that's still filling my small brain too much. Just little local issues people are coming to me about. Today I've had Monday community scrutiny. We talked about the impact of online shopping on town centres, and how they can change that. They talk about new radical changes for Burnham-on-Sea. You've got these holiday makers going there. What happens on a rainy day? There's nothing for them to do. So, wake up, let's do something. So I think they're doing some sort of indoor or something and stuff for kids to do finally. But it was very much a case of Burnham and Bridgewater not wanting to sort of team up and discuss how they deal with these issues. And then we also talked about the use of single-use plastics and trying to make Sedgemoor District Council a single-use plastic-free authority, which is obviously the hot topic after the Blue Planet thing. And that was actually really interesting. I want to get everyone to sort of sign this pledge, and then we'll get it. I will then try and introduce it here, and we want to get everyone to start thinking about how they use plastics and how they stop using plastics.
That's good.
Really good. And today I've had a licensing general purposes meeting. I wouldn't understand most of it. It was all very confusing. We discussed taxi licensing policy and gambling policies basically, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Polly. Minutes of the meeting.
Declaration of interest.
Oh, yes, there are apparently. I'll read that bit. Declarations of interest.
Right, no check.
Worthwhile mentioning. Thank you very much. Okay, minutes of the meeting out on the 21st. Everybody had a read of them?
Yeah.
Minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, public no. Matters arising.
I've got nothing, Chairman, unless anybody else has.
Okay. Finance.
The accounts all balance again. I've had confirmation from Councillor Alexander Whittingham that they're all balanced. I think every member's had a copy of the accounts at the end of the year. They're already got the audit. They've been audited by Richard Young at Burnham-on-Sea, who is the internal auditor for us. And he certified that they're all okay. I'm hoping this is the last evening we're to sign cheques. I spent an hour at Lloyd's Bank last week doing the online application. I'm now waiting for the card reader to come.
How very modern.
Let me facetious.
At the moment, there'll be two of us to authorise the payments. I cannot do it on my own, you'll be pleased to hear. But we hope, Alex is suggesting perhaps I did up to a certain limit, and then above that, like £100, after that, somebody else. Two of us do it. But the manager says, as we have two signatures on the cheque, we have to have two authorities, which is great. I think so. It covers everybody.
It's transparent.
Yeah, exactly. But you'll still be notified on the agenda of the payments, but they will have been paid. And I'll say with a lot of postage as well.
Certainly do.
First, just getting in plans to sign the cheques, please.
Thank you very much. Right, consider purchasing a speed indicator device and cycling awareness signage. No Steve today, so I'm sort of thinking the speed indicator device, we might have to go back into that.
We went to a meeting at Somerton, but we haven't had any update on it.
We haven't had that.
No, he hasn't informed me. I didn't go to the meeting.
I had a call from David Huxtable's up and saying that he's got some input now with his speeding. He said, I'd be grateful if we would not make a decision tonight because I might be able to help with funding or something like that. It was a bit of a garbled message. So,
So I think we...
Communities I went through East Ham School, they've got a permanent ban there. They
Yeah,
go down for years.
I think it's right that we defer it until we hear what David's got to say. Because if he's going to come back with some money, then...
So about the community fund then?
it may well be.
Don't know.
Don't know, Dan, you see.
On the cycling awareness signage, can we, when we get round to it, make sure it goes all the way, you know, along Flood Street and onto Wells Way and up to the school and in various other places, but you know, that's the recommended safe route and the roads are appalling.
I think it's something as soon as we can look at, we
Well, yeah, me and you, weren't we?
Yeah,
But
chance of a day
is
out.
this what, the Flood Street?
Yeah, Flood Street up to Wells
Yeah.
Way, all the way
James
to, all the way to
Stone was
sections.
mentioning.
Yeah, because I mean, even the other day when it really rained heavily, you said you walked, you had to walk
Yeah.
to school. I saw a kid
It's-
cycling. The road was completely
Yeah.
washed.
Yeah.
He couldn't put his feet down because it was so deep, and he was stopping because cars were coming. This poor little kid, he was in the ditch, soaking.
Yeah,
I mean, the road is
The road is
atrocious,
really bad.
but if we're doing cycling signs, all I'm saying is please can we
Yeah.
get them all the way from Wedmore,
Yeah.
that back route is,
Yeah.
is the recommended.
Yeah.
So where we
Okay,
sighted
um,
the signs in on telegraph poles or something, right?
Who knows?
Well,
We must go through
we're
the
going to have a
speak
chat.
to
the landowners.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you
Yeah,
want me,
I'll-
I'll speak to Steve and see if we can get
Yes, please.
onto this.
Thank you.
Thanks very much indeed. Request a grant for Wedmore Zone?
Yeah, Chairman, I've had a letter from Wedmore, the usual annual letter which we get. The last few years we've given them £300. This is for their planting fund.
I
So,
propose we do the normal.
Yeah, I'll second that.
thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, agree.
Agree?
That's okay, update neighbourhood plan committee. Any recommendations? Anything on this?
No, we haven't had a meeting for a while. We're having one on the 24th, so next week.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to, you know, if there's anything, we'll let Rob know by
Thank you.
email, but if there's nothing.
Okay.
I have made, Chairman, an application for a grant for them, as we did last year, where we got 4,900, I think it was, to the locality it's called, this government scheme. They rang me back this morning, they're getting a bit picky now. They do need evidence of the spend. For instance, I applied for Stuart Todd, what I was told to apply for, and they want to justify what he's going to charge. They're asking about printing costs, we've got to justify that. Anyway, I've had 3 or 4 questions came this morning over the phone from this chap, very nice bloke in London, and I put it all to Bob Sell and said, please provide me with evidence of these costs. But it's going to delay things, I think,
Yeah,
for a month anyway, isn't it?
But there is, I think we're not out of funds, are we?
No, we're not, no.
No, I mean, this is just making sure that we have the government
Yeah.
funds before
We do have to pay-
anybody else.
You'll see we're paying Stuart Todd's fund tonight, and that's coming out of parish council funds, I think, because we haven't got a grant for that, but
No, but that's out of the money
Yeah,
that's
that's a
been
lot,
put
yeah.
aside
Yeah.
for. Yeah,
yeah.
he's done a lot of work.
Is Bob Southwood the best person to get that, or?
He's quite happy to do it.
Yeah, because he'll get in
He's
touch
told me,
with
yeah.
Dave, who's got all the printing costs, etc.
They just need some
Yeah.
documentary evidence, that's what they're looking for, I think, we're getting a bit picky.
Alright, so moving on to the next bit, the annual governance statement, I think is where we all agree that we've seen the statement. That you've seen. I think that's it, isn't it? And if you're happy with it, then we can
Yep.
sign it off and send it up for official adjudication, I believe. Meanwhile, whilst Rod's checking on that.
Sorry about that, Chairman, it's a legal requirement to sign this document before it goes, before we approve the accounts next month. Just to say that we've got risk assessments in place and we've got procedures in place to make sure that everything is properly audited. It's just a legal requirement you and I have got to sign.
You happy for me to sign this?
Yes.
You just sign it and I'll do it tomorrow.
Thank you very much, everybody. Oh yeah, request from a resident for an extra street light on Mudgley Road.
This is the gentleman who lives in Mudgley Road, on the sharp end where the Wedmore sign is with the flowers.
The gables.
The gables, yeah.
Right.
He's asking if to have a site, and he said he's paid for electrics to put a lamp, put a post up there, and he thinks it wouldn't break the bank if they put a light on it. There again, I've written to Highways, asked them for a quotation for it. I know it's gone through, it's been acknowledged, but I just haven't been back from them yet, so.
Certainly support it.
Well, we haven't got the price yet.
Well, but I think on safety grounds really coming
Yeah.
into the village.
It's quite interesting because it's highly likely to be the LED that they put up there. And we've actually had a letter of complaint
Yeah.
about
Well-
LEDs.
About the
It's the
energy.
future.
They're
It's the
complaining
future.
all over
It's the
country.
future.
It's the future.
What's the, sorry, just describe the complaint exactly,
Too
what's
bright.
the objection?
Too bright.
Just too bright.
It looks like an industrial
White
estate.
You
line.
can request to get a
As
deflector.
opposed to the yellow green line.
They're very bright.
You don't
Excuse
get
me, one.
40, 60, 80 watt like you used to with the
No, you
light.
didn't get a chance between
No.
ice white and warm white either, so
It's all
I'd
ice.
rather see than not, I must admit. So.
Not the two needles, you know, but if it's outside your door, yeah, it's not so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that they can't use warm LED, because there is such a thing.
Yeah.
But you've got to have what the
Yeah.
Highways probably got, I suppose.
You can get deflectors for them so that they can shine into the dwelling, so.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, that could be adjourned on until we get a costing, we'll see.
As we're being asked for an extra street light on Mudsley Road, we've had an extra street light to put on the car park. Who authorised that?
Sorry, the car park.
You know, where there's, opposite the church. Opposite the church.
Oh, I
So
think
there's
that's,
all that problems with the parking.
Next to the Darth Vader.
I don't know.
Suddenly a light disappeared.
Must be highways. Well, it disappeared.
Just appeared.
Appeared.
A new lamp, wasn't
A
it?
new lamp.
Oh, for the postage.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
When did that arrive?
About say,
3 weeks
maximum 2 weeks ago.
2, 3
I
weeks
think
ago.
about
This is like the ones on Coombe Lane. They disappeared, and then it's my neighbour Sue Burton was someone who's written some letters. So Coombe Lane, they put these two new lights, which are white light. But the reason I noticed is there used to be a light on the lamppost right opposite our house.
Yeah.
And suddenly that's gone, and so she was very cross that that's gone because that's not lit up. They've put one a little bit further down, going back down Coombe Badge, outside that house that Tinkle's in on the corner, opposite me. They put one there, but apparently they are, I think they were there today, I don't know whether they put the bracket up, they are putting, the
Yeah,
bracket was
the bracket
rusted or
was rusted
something,
off,
and
yeah.
they were putting it, so we're going to have one of those very bright lights right outside our house, which I don't mind because that means I don't need to now put a light outside the front of my house like I was planning to do when people come and visit. But I'm sure Sue's going to go ballistic when that comes up and it's this great white light. But that junction needs lighting up. So,
Yes, definitely.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know about your query, I haven't heard about that at all.
but there's highways or someone's just come
highways
along
can
and
just
just
come along and do what they want to in our village without asking us.
Really?
I think that's pretty much
Yeah.
true.
Well, why would
Except filling the potholes, and they don't do that.
No.
They don't do the things we want them to do.
No, it really don't.
I will ask the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
The
that's
show
Right.
ashes.
And it's opposite the church on the corner of Clement
Yeah,
Road.
and it's
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
by the bollard thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mount Oliver.
Mount Bollard, yeah, well, I
There
know.
you go. Issues and questions raised by councillors.
What? Haven't said anything yet. While we were just talking about Mudsley Road, I have been in touch with Highways again because there's been another accident up by Ted Tucker's the house as you approach
Oh,
Ted
yes.
Tucker's, and a tractor hit it first, and then a couple of nights later a car smashed straight into it and trashed it terribly. But they all know about that. Apparently Highways that were there the next day and the new chevrons have gone up. However, I have been onto them because they still haven't put the chevrons, as I discussed last year with them, coming the other way, where they keep crashing into the retreat. So we're waiting for another accident to wait there. So I'm still waiting for that, just to let you know. I am onto them, but it's up
Well,
their
I'll
teeth.
tell you, we went along there this afternoon. The people in that house, what I call Mortfield, well on the end there,
Yeah.
there was a car parked in the lane and the one reversed almost out into us. We had nearly 2 accidents there, one going to Glastonbury and another one coming back. If people must be more responsible when they're backing out onto the road. I do it all the time and we usually try to get somebody to see it.
What, the house on the corner?
Yes, they were backing out, great big Mercedes car.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, there was an awful accident up there. Yeah.
Any other issues from anybody?
Just to say that they have been mending the drains at the top of Billings Hill.
Traffic lights.
And have traffic lights up there. We'll see how successful it is. We'll have to wait and see because it's not really rained properly since. So and I will get on to the rest of it. Yeah, that is something. Well, Ricky's not here, is he? Has he sent those pictures to anybody?
No, not yet. He's waiting for comments from councillors. But
It would be difficult to comment because it's just a line on a map.
Yeah.
Well, let's confess, I have responded to him saying that is where I said that the problems were. I think that's really all he was hoping for.
Right.
Can I just send them off?
Yeah.
I'm just not sure they know what to do with them. That's what
No,
concerns me.
because it's just showing them where there's water on the road. We need actually
Photographic evidence.
to sort of pinpoint where the drains are.
I sent photos of drains and stuff
I have
to
to.
through to Ricky.
I have to.
So you sent some of the
Yeah.
actual drain photos?
The actual drains and then the properties with their either nameplates or whatever, what road they were in, so that
I sent my search highways.
you could then determine, the location as, with regard to where.
I think I'll just send them through and try and highlight where they are.
I think that
And say that this is where water collects?
Yes.
Hold on, have a look at them, just go.
The only other option is to say, can we have a jetting team for 4 hours? And then Ricky goes with the jetting team around and goes around all the locations.
Well,
And then there's no,
He's away to the middle of May anyway.
but that would be the ideal, wouldn't it?
yeah, in a perfect world. Yeah.
Mr Chairman, is there any news, what has happened outside the doors, because they've dug a hole?
Yes, what's his name, Gordon was digging the hole himself.
He was.
Yes.
The
Then
environmental
yes,
health
yes,
officer,
Johnny
issued
Ramos
issued the
has
enforcement notice, has extended it for a couple of weeks to allow them to carry out further investigations. And he was out there yesterday with his hands,
Yes.
with a chap in a suit, watching him, clearing all stuff out. Tonight I said, well, today it's all been
Covered over.
barricaded in again. So.
He left the stuff that he's dug
Yeah, I
out.
don't know
And he
what's
said,
going
I
on.
think that this is somebody else's responsibility.
It's been somebody else's, I mean, no quick answer, but it's been somebody
no
else's
quick answer.
responsibility for at least 2 years, hasn't it?
The environmental health people are dealing with that's all we can do.
No, that's fair enough, I just didn't know. When I
There is
saw the
enforcement.
heater, I didn't see anybody
He's done
digging.
it.
It's
He's done it
subject to
himself.
enforcement.
I mean,
Sorry, Chairman.
No, it's all keep no. Okay, any other issues? Because if not, I'm going to move on to correspondence, if I may.
It's not very much report, Chairman, this month, very quiet. The local crime report didn't tell us anything at all. And everything else I think I've circulated to members.
I think everything I've seen,
Just to remember
Yes.
the letter I dropped.
Yes, the 4-page handwritten letter. I had an email from Steve Muse yesterday saying disregard that 4-page letter, handwritten letter, because I'm writing to all the councillors individually, because he's coming to our next meeting to give a presentation.
I thought it was this meeting,
No,
that's
it's the
why
main
I was
meeting.
desperate to get it
And
to.
he said, everything that's mentioned in that 4-page handwritten letter, I'm covering. So I've just gone, thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
Sorry,
what's it all about?
it's, well, soon.
I got a 4-page letter from Sean Thorogood
that's right.
to say
Green Group.
the Green Group, to say that before Steve has his talk to us, they wanted to tell us what the Green Group had achieved since its inception. And there were 29 points.
Yeah, right.
But it was handwritten and I haven't got a scanner that works.
I was intending
So
to
was-
scan it and send it to all the members, but then I say Steve overruled it and said,
Right.
don't worry about that, I've written to all the members directly, they're going to get a letter through the post or hand delivered.
I thought she couldn't, well, I don't know whether Sean's woman or not.
Was it woman?
So what's the purpose of the,
Well, I couldn't, well, it was so that we would all be informed about what they'd done before Steve came to give us
You've got us.
a talk.
Well, what they've done.
what they've done and what in the,
What they've done
Yeah,
since
also
their
money.
inception.
they want some money.
Well, no, he's coming to talk to us to get us on,
And we can't.
to get us on the side to turn us green.
It's a case, the idea is that we all get a copy of that letter, and we come up with any questions
Yeah.
that we do. For him.
Next month's quite busy. It's our annual meeting, but I know he's coming, and I think I hear that Pete Brown will be coming as well to seek some funding for the. I hear, yeah, he rang me today and said, "Could I come and speak to the next meeting?" Just run it past you.
Alright,
Thank you.
yeah.
It's going ahead, isn't it?
Well, it is going forward, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the money was coming from other sources, not that.
It is.
But we've
It
already
is.
guaranteed
There's
the
actually
deadline.
there's a meeting next
grants.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
so they're doing some announcements.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's done, they're paid charity, this is support.
Innovation.
Yeah, for, Sport England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that'll be something to look forward to. Committee reports? Cemetery, anything?
Actually, the cemetery looks very nice out there.
Yeah.
Looked it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We are going to have a little working party on Saturday morning, 9:30, 12:30, if anyone would like to come and help us. Oh, sorry. So if anybody's got a couple of hours to spare, we'd love to see you.
Did the railings come up last Saturday?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
They look very nice.
Yeah, they do.
he's cut the first cut today as well. Or yesterday. It looks really good.
Lovely. No Mike Bethel, so I'm guessing nothing on facilities. No allotments. Finance and general purposes?
Nothing.
Neil, housing.
Housing, well, following planning meeting last week, Ed Lewis from Acorn rang me on Thursday last week, just sharing his disappointment with our decision, or not mine personally, but the planning committee's decision with regard to the housing at Cross Farm. Not a lot else to say really. Acorn were meeting with Duncan Harvey. You probably know a lot more actually, probably I don't know.
I don't know anything, I'm afraid.
But he wasn't actually informed of the planning meeting, so say.
We've done it before.
No, and
I was surprised he wasn't there.
well,
No, I
as I said,
I was
so,
very surprised.
and maybe, with my illness and one thing or another, that some of the points raised on the planning meeting night, we could have actually gone to Acorn prior to the meeting and just asked. So, there were some things, but yeah, it was very, very brief from Acorn. But as I say, they were meeting with Duncan Harvey this week, just to go through there.
I mean, Duncan Harvey sent a letter to Dunn, who I think is the planning officer dealing with it. And in fairness to him, he did actually make the points that we made to Duncan.
Yeah.
So, what we were asking for is going forward into the right ears, as it were. It's a shame that we've actually put it back a little bit, but I don't think we had any choice in the matter, to be honest.
No, there were some things but you can look at it conversely, that the planning committee were actually voting against a planning application that was initially raised by the parish council.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but we
it-
weren't voting against the application.
No, but that's
We
done.
were voting against,
But
what was it?
If someone from the outside didn't know the full story, it could be misconstrued
It
as
could
that.
be misconstrued, but then we would have to explain to them, wouldn't we?
Well, that's fine. So, but if you didn't know the full detail, you would take that as being read, yeah? So, and that was all, it was very brief, I must admit, so.
Did I say, Mr. Chairman, I came in this rock nose on Thursday morning because I hadn't seen the plans full, and I looked at it and I really think they've got to alter onto Coomback Rise. That road has to go farther into the estate. You cannot have 2/3 of that estate going out the Lurber.
Which was, and the point was, originally it didn't.
It didn't, no it didn't originally.
No, but those-
And I spent a while here sorting it all through, didn't I, Rod?
Yeah,
But
that was my concern.
So, yeah, you
But-
cannot have it like that.
But
No.
now they know, don't they, the
Yeah,
things
I mean,
that...
because I was upset because we went against it.
And hopefully we'll get the
The
right
housing.
development.
Right, also the housing is something that we have raised.
Yeah.
And we've
Yes.
not had positive feedback. We've
No.
had platitudes, but we've
No,
not.
and Chairman, Alex Whittingham has written to sort of comments on social
Yeah,
websites saying,
I-
you know, we're paid with the proposal, but not the way it's laid out, so hope they'll go away and rethink it. I think.
Because me and Alex.
They will certainly,
Yeah.
they will.
It's all good.
Did you hear me that? Anyone from Lucinda?
Highways,
No, I haven't.
highways car parking, Brooke.
I think Steve wants a meeting in the middle of May.
Okay. Planning, we got some.
Planning meeting next Wednesday.
25th.
Here, and there's, I think it's 7 or 8 applications next week.
Okay, that is the 25th. isn't it?
25th.
Yeah.
Okay, reports from representatives on committees. I don't know what
And no, but then we have a meeting on the 10th of May here. Have you got that on your calendar, Rod?
I haven't.
9
I've got
o'clock
it.
in the morning,
10th of May.
Yeah.
10th of May.
I've got that one.
Yeah, that's the next meeting.
play areas.
There's some signage, Rob, isn't there?
Sorry?
There's some signage, we pay signage.
We paid signage for the play areas, Blackford and Field, because there were some things brought up in the annual safety audit. There was no contact details on there, so.
Actually, that's blooming stupid because there are contact details. They're on the opposite side.
Yeah.
I checked on that.
Yeah, anyway,
That's silly.
there you go.
Okay.
Same thing at Blackford, actually.
Right, okay. Play areas. Salt, anything?
I'm going on a training meeting in May for the new data protection requirements.
yes.
That'd be interesting.
Get it better than Facebook did.
We're playing fields.
There's a meeting on Monday, 23rd.
Village halls? No.
23rd.
Yeah. No wedding? Anything? Nothing from Blackford. Okay, good job. Matters of report and items for the next meeting. Yeah. No, I don't think I've got anything, to be honest.
I've got a few, Chairman.
Members?
I think you're going to get an application for a grant for Wedmore Parish.
Me?
Well, somebody will.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I said it.
That's for the next section. Yeah. Right.
This is unheard of.
We've got 4 minutes to 8.
I'm right on the block, Chairman.
Lovely. Thank you very much.